Thinking back to tragedy that struck close by a few years ago at the shooting the Sikh community in Oak Creek, the initial response was inspiring to me to see how that faith community rallied, but didn't rally in a way that built up fortress walls around them, but just the opposite, that rallied in a way that invited others in to their rally, that opened themselves up, having just experienced what I can imagine to be the most vulnerable experience ever. They took that moment of vulnerability to open up to others and invite us in, both to mourn with them, but then also to experience healing and trying to make a difference. That one tragic experience was not, unfortunately, it wasn't uncommon. And so to open up their experience, and they became leaders for so many others, was so inspiring. That, I think, is the lasting effect. It gets frustrating when we have repeats in this pattern of violence and tragedies in our community and around the nation, around the world, and not seeing changes come fast enough, that there are things that we can do to prevent such carnage. But I also see, through the example of the Sikh community in Oak Creek, lasting changes in opening up to others and forming relationships and responding when others are hurting as well. So I think if we can do more of that, then we'll start to see some of these changes that we've been working for when we connect person to person and heart to heart. My wife and I felt God calling us to put down roots in Milwaukee and be part of the community because we saw God doing great things through the people that we got to meet and get to know. And there are so many people in every neighborhood across our city, across our metro area, that give of their life and work diligently every day for positive change, for social justice. One of the frustrating aspects is that our city is really segregated and divided into pockets, into silos. We have our kind of bubbles that we tend to stay in. And so in striving for social justice, that happens when we come together. It happens more successfully when we come together. And you can see it happening everywhere, but to be more coordinated, be more together, I think that's where our challenge is in our community right now, coming together and coordinating our efforts of so many people who are doing great things. For us who are part of the church, I think more and more we just need to recognize that we bring in societal norms into our faith community and into our understanding of what it is to be church. And if we can identify those and then confess those, how they fall short of God's call for us, to begin with honesty and confession and to seek forgiveness, then in seeking forgiveness, there's going to be a change in how we do things. For God calls us to a ministry of reconciliation where the first will be last and the last will be first, and those who are bowed down and low will be raised up, and those who are up high will be brought down to meet halfway in between, so that we're all together in equity. To confess how we are indoctrinated with the segregation of our community, and to say that God declares this is not holy. This is not how we are to live. And then to seek changes within ourselves so that we can give witness to how God is bringing us together and transforming our community with reconciliation and love.